Hi, welcome back to Shirley DIY Designs. And today I would like to ask you to go to Amazon.com and pick up a copy of my children's book, The Greedy Aphids and Ellie Blackberry Guide. Thank you and God bless.
Hi, today I'm going to make over a frame for my white rose. As you can see, I'm taking it out of this old frame that I got from Walmart for over 10 or 12 years ago. It was kind of cheap, and I always wanted a real frame for it. And I went to Michael's one day, the price one. It was kind of pretty prices. They was up into like $100 and some dollars. So I didn't do it. So I was at my local Goodwill, and I saw this frame, and I purchased the frame for $5.99. And I took it apart and I painted the green part insert. I took that out and I painted this with some oops paints that I got from Lowe's. And it was like a dark gray with a purple base to it, which matches my headboard. And after I did that, I decided to go ahead and paint the wood part of the frame that was white. Go ahead and paint it the same color, the dark gray with the purple base. It looked kind of purplish when I first painted, but as I put another coat on it and it dries, the dark gray came through, which is it was a very beautiful color. I always go to Lowe's and look for the oops paints, and this one was only $1.25 for the small sample color. And if I see a color that I like, I just go ahead and buy and stock up on them. And because it's very affordable, and also I get like the smaller can ones for like $2.25 or $1.25 sometimes for those, $1.50 at Lowe's. And it seemed to be working out really well with my DIY project because I be needing paint, and I just buy the colors that I see that I like, and it seemed to be the colors that I need. And here I'm finishing painting the frame, and you can see that it came out like a darker gray. And I'm going to use my technique that I normally use on some of my projects, which is the decoupage and the wax paper and glitter. So you put down, you want to tear up your wax paper in small pieces, and then you want to put a layer of decoupage, and then you want to put the wax paper over the decoupage, and then you want to put a layer of decoupage over the wax paper, as you're going to see me doing doing the techniques here. And you need a brush or a sponge to do this technique, and it gives it a marble effect, and it shines because you're using a brilliant shine decoupage. And as I got through with it and let it dry, I took my rose and placed it on my insert, and then I put the frame over it, and it kind of was a little bit too much darkness for me. So what I did, I'm gonna go ahead on and add some of the clear cut glass with the murals in it to give it a more lighter complex contrast to it. But I'm only gonna do the face part of it, of the frame, the very face part. I'm not going to do it on the sides, only on the face forward part. And here I have put the frame over the rose inside the frame, and I'm going back and I did a layer of white paint over the top of the part that I was going to do the glass, and I let that dry, and then I went back and added the cut glass to that part, and that's what you see me doing here, which I'm very happy that I decided to do this technique on top of that, because the two techniques together with the wax paper and the cut glass came out to be beautiful, and it was exactly what I was looking for as in a frame for my rose. Here I am meshing down the cut glass into the Mod Podge so I get a good seal on the bottom. And I went to Dollar Tree and I picked up 2 plastic applicator bottles for $1, and I put the Decoupage, or you can put the Mod Podge, either one. Just make sure you use the gloss finish for the shine, and it made it more easy to apply the Decoupage onto the frame over the cut glass to let it dry. So here I'm using the applicator bottle, and I'm putting down the layer of Decoupage, and I go back with my brush and make sure it's covered the frame really good, and then I put the cut glass, clear cut glass that I'm using, and I get that from Michael's, and to make onto the frame, and I will press it down, make sure that it's really attaching to the frame, and I go back over. I usually let it dry overnight and then come back over and put down the top layer of Decoupage, Mod Podge to seal the cut glass. But because I use the applicator bottle now, I can just mash it down into the glass into the Decoupage, and then come back with the applicator bottle and put it over the top. If it's too thick, you could put like 2 or 3 little drops of water in it and shake it up, and that'll loosen it and give you where to flow more easier for you. So if you want to try this technique, it's much faster and it works really well, because when you put a little water in it to thin down the Decoupage or Mod Podge a little bit, it comes out the bottom more with the right float, and also it goes down into the cut glass, so you can get a good seal of your cut glass, and it makes your work a lot faster, and and it cut down your drying time and your working time on your projects. So try that technique. They are at the Dollar Tree, be 2 enough for $1. It's worth it. Just make sure you go into the kitchen area and pick up the funnel, packets of funnels. They be different size for $1. You get a whole package of them, because you're going to need that to pull the Decoupage or Mod Podge inside the little funnel applicator bottles to fill it. Here, I'm just cleaning up the excess glass that fell over to the side onto the glass frame. Because I already had put the rose inside the frame. I just left it because I was just working on the edge of the frame, the top of it facing. And see how easy it is to apply the decoupage on top of the cut glass. And this is the finished look. And my husband, he put it up over the bed today. So I got this view of it. And it's in its home frame now. I'm so happy. It came out beautiful. I wish I could get a very close up. But when I got close up to it, I still had to pull back the camera. And so I just did this close view so you can see the sparkle of the cut glass. Oh, it shimmers so beautiful. I'll tell you, this video does not do it justice. I'm just in love with how beautiful it is over my bed, and the sparkling from the mirrors and the cut glass and the different contrasts of the grays and the white. It's just so beautiful. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every one of my fans and members. I love you and I appreciate your love. And thank you. Until next time. Bye bye. God bless.